Okay, hi there guys. Uh, First of all, this video is a response to Mr. Raul's request about the reservation system. He sent me this question, I guess, more than 2 weeks ago. First, I'm sorry for not answering this quickly, but I got some kind of cold and I almost came okay, and then my health went worse than before. Anyway, so I don't know what happened. Regardless of that, so now I'm answering your question. I hope this is still useful for you. So his question is, he want to make some kind of reservation system, but the problem is that he doesn't know how many buttons he needs to place on the form. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna show you how to dynamically create a number of buttons and put these on the form. Okay, so usually you could put these in the load event. I'm gonna create a button that will generate all other buttons. Okay, so we have this. I'm gonna call it generate buttons. Okay, so what do we have here? Sorry sorry about that. Okay, so first thing you need to know is how many what are the dimensions of your buttons, and what's the area for your window. So I'm gonna define these here. Public const button width equals, let's say it's about 50, and public const button height equal to 20, and let's assume the distance between each button is 10 pixels. Okay, so also we need a list. Public button list as a new list of button. Okay, now this is gonna store all the buttons available. Okay, so let's see how many buttons can we generate based on the x-axis. So dimension buttons per row as integer, and this will be me.width, divide this by button width. Okay, plus 10. Okay, and you want to make this an integer division. You don't want to keep the remainder or something, remainder of the division or something like that. And dimension buttons per column as integer equal me.height, divide this by button height plus 10. Now we have these. We are gonna clear the previously added buttons. Okay, remove all the buttons, dimension I as integer for I equals 0 to button list dot count minus 1. Maybe yeah, it's gonna work. So me dot controls dot remove and button list of I. After I do that, I would say button list dot clear. Now we are gonna create the new sets of buttons. a new buttons, dimension I as integer. Sorry, I've already defined I, dimension j. So for I equal 0 to buttons per row minus 1, because I have 0, and for j equals 0 to buttons per column minus 1, and here dimension button number as integer equals 0. So this is what am I gonna do: button number plus equal 1, increase button number by 1, dimension b as a new button, and then b dot left equal I multiplied by button width plus 10, and b dot top equal I multiplied by button height plus 10. Also b dot parent equal me, and I have b dot width equal button width, b dot height equal button height, and back color equal white, b dot text equal what? Button number, and b dot visible equal true, and finally button list dot add b. Okay, I guess this solves it. Okay, we need to add one last thing. Add handler b dot click, and I need to add some kind of a function which is button clicked. Okay, so here what do we have? I'm gonna copy this one because it has the required function signature, or subroutine signature. Private sub button clicked. I'm gonna rename it like that, remove the handles part. Okay, and yeah, instead of this is gonna be public. Let me see. Oh, I should put an address of this function. There we go. And now dimension b as button equals sender. Now if b dot back color equals white, then b dot back color equals the green. Otherwise dot back color it equals white. That's it. So this will allow me to switch the color of the button whether I selected that or not. Okay, so given this code, it's very simple. Let's try it out. I'm gonna click here. Okay, I did some kind of mistake, but anyway, click these, and yeah, I did a mistake. So okay, let me see, what did I do here? I should have used J for the height. Okay, and let me run this. Oh no, yeah, this should be J, sorry. Run and click here. Okay, so you can see now that these buttons, you can see I can select or deselect any one of these, right? And now not only that, I can resize this to the whole screen and click generate button and see how it's gonna fill it. There we go. So we have you can see the last one is 27, sorry, 72, and this is 73, so it's continuing. I have up to 528. Okay, so I have all these buttons, and I have just filled this window um, dynamically. Okay, you can specify the area of the buttons. Here it doesn't have to be the whole width of this form. Maybe you want to use the width divided by 2 here. Okay, divide the height and width, so this will contain the buttons in the first quarter of your form if you would like to. Okay, so also let me put this one right here. Okay, and change the anchor to the bottom right corner. Okay, there we go. So let's run this, and now let me click here. You can see it will only occupy this quarter. Okay, I can change it to a smaller size, and there we go. Okay, now what I used here, I just used the size of the form in order to tell me how many buttons I can place. Well, you can do many variations. You can use this, for example, make the width 100 and the height 30 to have different sizes and have different effect, as you can see here. Okay, also you can put your own sizes here, and this will also affect how many buttons being displayed. And I guess the code is quite simple, it's quite straightforward. I don't know if you need that code, but anyway, you have seen me doing it, so I guess you have no problem. As for the reservation itself, you can create an array or collection or list for the reservation. Whenever someone reserve an item, this could be added here to the list, and you can get the ID of the reservation from this one, because from the text of B, because b.text is actually the button number. Okay, so you can make use of that. I hope this clarifies the idea of how to dynamically create buttons on your form. I hope it's not too late for this video for Mr. Raul to make use of. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Okay, bye bye.